Flood. The first thing that hits my sensation is the smell of water. Water is all around. Wherever I see is water. Bubbles are bubbling to the surface, but where is the surface? It is so dark, I can't see the surface of this water. I feel like drowning. Am I drowning? Am I dying? The water is swallowing me, and I am being a part of it. Oh, Violet's sudden wake up makes she feel frustrated. This isn't the first time she dreamed about this flood. I think I would not be able to go back to sleep. Her thought went too far tonight. The clock shows the time 1:27 a.m. What a familiar number. Her thought went back to the flood that happened 27 years ago. The catastrophic flood that flooded every inch on this planet. Humanity almost did not survive. This is because the global warming caused centuries ago by the industry that released greenhouse gas, boils the earth and melt the glacier and iceberg. The water destroyed all major cities, most plants and animals undergone extinction, and many new viruses and bacteria were exposed to the environment. Shed disease was spread, and humanity faced massive death. Although those disasters have passed, but the consequences still lie. Humans must move to the land at least 5 meters above the sea level. Food and energy resources are scarce. Therefore, the protocol of every government has been more rigorous. Everyone must save food and energy. All unnecessary features were prohibited during nighttime, like lights. In the darkness, Violet was contemplating about why the flood kept coming up in her dream. There is also a feeling of familiar left in her consciousness. The last flash of the water was it my mom? How about that weird symbol I see? It's a long time since she was gone. I really miss her, she thought. The next day, 27th January 2127. This is a usual ordinary day that Violet must go to work after waking up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep. She left the house feeling exhausted. Violet is now working in a science organization which aims to find a renewable source of energy for humanity. Today, her work is to experiment the new element found in the neighbor exoplanet of its properties and reactivity. Routine works that do not interest her. This is just a supplement that makes money for her life goal project. Developing an exosuit that mimics the butterfly wings was a dream since she was young, so she can explore the world herself. After falling deep in her thought, a lively sound arose from behind. "Hi, Violet. Are you feeling good today?" said Darcy. This is one of her co-workers at the lab. "Yeah, as always. But you don't look well today. Wanna grab some coffee with me?" "I'm good, thanks. Hope you have a good day today too." Darcy is always nice to her, but there is too much going on her mind to continue talking with this friend. Last night's dream was too overwhelming for her. She really feels that she was about to die. It is more intense than the last dream before this. "If there's a way to get my life out of this loop will be so great," Violet muttered. At dawn, time for the exploration today. Violet comes home to get ready as always. She walks into her garage, which isn't a garage, but a secret high-tech closet which she renovated from her mom's research lab. Daytime, she is an ordinary scientist, but at night, she is suited up as an explorer. The exosuit is there as always. Magnificent, Violet thought. This exosuit mimics a butterfly wings. She designed it since she was a child when her mom was still here with her. But not only the flood destroyed human civilization, but it also stimulates the survival sense of humanity. The technology was developed until its peak potential. One of the fascinating things developed is her exosuit, which allow people to explore the extreme environments such as underwater and above the Earth's atmosphere. Following her mother's hope, Violet thought, "This is going to work out someday. I just know it." She wears in the exosuit, examining every parameter of this machine before starting. Some thermal sensors are beeping. Is there something wrong with the circuit? Maybe it's not a big deal. I'm just going for a short trip today. The exploring starts from the usual flight around her village. Then, far away above the ocean, serene as always. Then the grassland left behind by the local tribes after the flood. Lastly, both the clowns, looking for signs of, "Oh no, the temperature is low here. Did I went too high?" The distant roar of waves crashing against the cliffs surrounds her. "Hi there, who are you?" But only pain is stumbling in Violet's mind. "Hey, can you hear me? And I'm in heaven? Or hell? What is his voice?" "Hi, who are you? Are you hurt? Is this human?" The voice seems satisfied, but his pain is too intense. Her fate took an unexpected turn. Stranded on an uncharted island, she woke up disoriented and fainted again. Where am I?" She woke up, blinking against the bright sunlight. She had staggered to her feet, feeling the rough terrain beneath her exosuit. Just as panic began to set in, she noticed something strange. A plume of smoke in the distance. Her curiosity piqued. She followed it. "I think there's someone with me too a moment ago. Is he also in this place?" Eventually, she walked onto the door, just about to knock, but the door opened first. "You must be Violet," he said, as though she has been expecting her. "How do you know my name?" Violet asked, shocked. "I'm Dr. Eric Nelson. Your work in renewable energy has caught the attention of many, including me. Welcome to my island," she said with a small smile. "It seems fate had brought us together." Violet hesitated, her instincts warning her, but something about Dr. Eric's calm demeanor made her stay. "At least I just need to cure my injuries first," she think. Inside the lab, she met Dr. Eric, an eccentric but brilliant scientist who claimed to have lived on the island for over a decade. "I live here alone to contemplate the concept deeply, and also I can focus on my research fully." He explained that he has chosen the isolation to continue his own research uninterrupted. "Right, but are you okay that I stay here? It seems that I'm disturbing you." Violet is still suspicious of the guy. "Oh no, this is fate, and by chance you have landed on the perfect island for your own work too. Renewable energy, you say?" Dr. Eric mused. A glimpse his eye. "You are not far from solving that puzzle. This island holds many secrets." Violet, intrigued and desperate for a way to complete her mission, decided to team up with Dr. Eric. They started with simple reaction preparation of some energy collection mechanism. After a couple of hours of work, Dr. Eric noticed that Violet seemed very tired and not focused in her work. "You might feel exhausted. This is too much for you today, I think. Please go to rest in the small house at the backyard," Dr. Eric said. "Yeah, I think so. I still feel a little headache from the crash." Violet went to explore the backyard and saw a small house. She entered and finds a set of clothes and living equipment prepared. A weird sense of suspicion rises up in Violet's mind. This is not normal. "I think I need to escape from here," but her injury and the exosuit's damage is keeping her here. just for a couple of days, and I'll leave this place. In the next morning, she woke up to find Dr. Eric working at the morning. Hi, where can I help? Violet asked. The collaboration was tense at first. Violet was skeptical of his motives and couldn't understand why someone with his brilliance would choose isolation, but gradually they began to respect each other's talent, and Violet became less and less want to escape. Days turned into weeks as the two scientists worked tirelessly, decoding ancient texts and running complex situations. During one evening, they have worked until the sun has set and the sky is dark, but Violet noticed something unusual in the corner of the room. Was that we use first aid kits? Are you okay? Is there something wrong? Oh no, that was just for experiment. Let's continue to work tomorrow. Violet often found herself questioning Dr. Eric's odd behavior and the hidden past he seemed unwilling to discuss. But there wasn't time for distraction. They were getting close to something incredible. Over the following days, Violet and Dr. Eric collaborated, working together on his life project, developing a sustainable energy source that could power the entire world. Dr. Eric revealed that he has been working in isolation for years, obsessed with solving the world energy crisis. He was brilliant, but there were gaps in his research that Violet quickly filled. I've hit a wall, Dr. Eric admitted one evening as they sat by the fire, looking over a map of the island. There are 3 components we need to unlock the energy formula, but they are scattered across the island, protected by an ancient mechanisms. Ancient mechanisms like a quest? Violet raised an eyebrow, her scientific mind intrigued. Precisely, he replied with a nod. Each location holds a key to our discovery. Alright, I think my exosuit could help with that. It will be able to bring us around, but I need more components to fix and upgrade it. Violet raised an idea. Sure, my warehouse is always ready for you, Eric said comfortably. One morning, while collecting samples near the island's coastline, Violet in the sky with her exosuit upgraded and Eric in the shore. They noticed a small boat washed up the beach. Inside was Theo, a young marine biologist who has been shipwrecked after a failed expedition. He was in bad shape. I think we should help him, Violet said. He may be dangerous to us and our work might get interrupted. Eric was hesitant to bring him to the island. But Violet wasn't listening. She fired straight to catch the guy up and bring up to the house. After a few days of recovery, he woke up. Hi, what is this place? Theo is still confused what had happened. This is a stranded island, and I'm Violet. This is Dr. Eric. Who are you? Oh, I'm Theo, a biologist going on an expedition. You guys sounds great. Can I join you? No, please. I'll send you back. Please give me a location. Dr. Eric immediately objected. Why? 'Cause I accidentally landed here too. Maybe he would help us in the biological aspect, Violet argued. She has a weird optimism sense about this guy. Alright, if you say so. I think I should change this place to a hospital. Eric finally agreed unwillingly. After Theo completely recovered, the 3 began contributing to their research. Theo's arrival brought a new dynamic to the group. He was easygoing and full of optimism, balancing out Dr. Eric's intensity. Together, the 3 of them formed an unlikely team, each bringing unique skills to the search for a renewable energy source. Their research led them to uncover a series of ancient maps hidden in caves around the island, revealing 3 locations critical to their discovery. Each location posed a challenge they had to solve, an environmental puzzle that tested their intellect, courage, and teamwork. Quest 1. The first location was deep within the island's cave, where they encountered a series of puzzles based on geometry and logic. I've seen this before. Violet's mind worked like lightning as she pieced out together the symbols and patterns carved into the walls. It's somewhere in my dream. Let me think. Maybe it's some ancient civilization symbol or volcano? They'll also come up with ideas. My mother taught me with this when I was little. It's an ancient language for energy. So your mom knows a lot about ancient language, Theo asked. Yeah, but she is a scientist too. She's my idol in creating a world with peaceful energy supply. She sounds really nice. I want to meet her someday, Theo said. Me too, but she passed away long ago. Can we focus on the work here? I think it's quite late now, Dr. Eric interrupted. Alright, Violet said, but she now thinks that this guy is so weird. Maybe he is alone for too long. Here, she exclaimed, pressing a series of buttons in sequence. The ground trembled as a hidden compartment opened, revealing a glowing crystal, the first key. Well done, Theo murmured, watching her in admiration. I think I would have figured that out. Let's get a sample of element and energy here so we can move on, Dr. Eric said. The three returned to the lab, energized by their success. But Violet couldn't shake a feeling about Dr. Eric. He was too quiet, too observant. She tried to dismiss her concerns, focusing on the next challenge. Quest 2. The second challenge lay in the island's dense jungle, where they had to harness the power of photosynthesis in the rare flora that only glow here. Violet has to modify her exosuit again to be able to carry the weight of 2 men. Can you guys lose weight? My butterfly wings are not that strong, you know. Violet joked them, but neither laughed. Let's focus on our work. This is the first time that Dr. Eric and Theo agreed on something. Theo, with his expertise in biology, has led them through this puzzle. The jungle was alive with dangerous creatures and poisonous plants. Be aware of everything, guys. These plants and flowers aren't nice as they might look. Theo warned everyone. Could we really believe you? Are you a real biologist? Dr. Eric asked suspiciously. Of course, yes. My professor is the most famous biologist in the world, Theo answered. Really? Sometimes professors are not trustworthy. If he is that brilliant, why are you here? Dr. Eric, that is no impolite. Theo may have his own reasons, Violet said. Oh, Violet, you are too young and innocent. Someday you will understand this. As they walked, is that what we're looking for? Violet pointed at a massive tree glowing in the middle of the jungle. Help! Dr. Eric collapsed and his leg was hurt. Oh no, it's a nightshade plant. Violet, can you find me a morning glory herb near here? The purple one. I'll give him some potion first. Okay, I'll be right back, and she hurried away. At last, teamwork thought them through. Dr. Eric was cleared, and they rushed into the tree and found the idea to create a prototype of a device that could mimic the plant's ability to convert sunlight into a clean, unlimited power source. Still, despite the breakthroughs, Violet couldn't shake the feelings that something was off with Dr. Eric. He seemed distant, even hostile at times, especially when Theo was around. It wasn't until they returned to the lab after the second quest that things began to unravel. Quest 3. The final location was a cavern deep beneath the island, rumored to hold the key to a nearly unlimited power source. As they ventured inside, they were confronted with an impossible puzzle, one that required knowledge of both ancient technology and modern science to solve. It was during this quest that Dr. Eric's behavior became erratic. he began to sabotage their efforts subtly, frustrating both Violet and Theo. Finally, in a fit of anger, Theo confronted him. "You've been trying to stop us from succeeding, haven't you?" Theo demanded. Violet looked between him, confused. Dr. Eric's face twisted with an emotion that she couldn't quite place. Until he spoke. "Of course I've been trying to stop you." Dr. Eric snorted, stepping forward. "Because you know what you're really after, Violet." "What are you talking about?" she asked, her voice trembling. Dr. Eric's eyes gleamed with malice. "Do you think this is about a renewable energy? About saving the world? No, Violet. This island, this research, was never about that for me. It's about revenge from the start. It was all my plan. You are very good at noticing it, Violet, but not enough. I'll tell you one thing. I killed your mother." The world seemed to freeze around her. Violet's heart pounded in her chest, the air suffocating. "What? My mother?" "She was my mentor," Eric continued, his voice low and dangerous. "We were working together on a similar project years ago, but she betrayed me. Took credit for my work and left me with nothing. I found out that she had a daughter. And when I saw your name in the research world, I knew you'd become exploring near this island. It was all too perfect." Theo moved to stand beside Violet, shock and anger in his face. "You've been planning this the whole time?" Eric nodded. "I wanted her to suffer like I did. But then you showed up, and things got complicated." Violet's mind raced. She has looked up to her mother, has idolized her, but now she realized her mother's action has set all this in motion, and Dr. Eric, consumed by his own hatred, has spent years plotting his revenge. Violet stood tall, her voice steady. "You won't destroy what we have built. You may kill my mother, but I won't let you ruin the future." Eric launched at her, but Theo intervened, tackling him to the ground. In the chaos, they managed to subdue him, and the island's final energy source was activated. The power hummed around them, clean and endless, a beacon of hope for the world. Dr. Eric was consumed by the energy and disappeared. As they watched the energy surge, Violet knows this was only the beginning of her journey. She gathered her mind and wisdom, said to Theo, "This is the solution for the world, but we have still a lot of things to figure out, like how we're going to distribute this to the world. And the island needs new infrastructure to help facilitate this. Yeah, but let's now enjoy the beautiful light and atmosphere here. Look at that. It is so beautiful." Right, Violet thought. She was working tirelessly to fulfill her mom's hope, but now it is time to live her life. And she was ready for whatever came next.